All right, the link to your second mini SHSAT practice test for math is in the description of the video below. So go ahead and click that link. Again, put away your calculator, take out a timer, take note of your time so that you can work on your pacing as you get closer to the test, all right? Number 63 says the set of all possible values of m is 5, 7, and 9. What is the set of possible values of k if 2k is m plus 3? So if they want to know what the possible values of k are, but they're giving me the value of 2k, I want to first isolate that k and find an expression that k is equivalent to. So to do that, I'm going to divide both sides of the equation they gave me by 2. That's going to tell me that k is equivalent to m plus 3 divided by 2. Now that I have an expression for what k is equal to, I know that the only possibilities for m are the 3 numbers they gave me here in this set. So to find my possible k values, all I have to do is take each of those m values and substitute them in. So when when m is 5, then k is equal to 5 plus 3 divided by 2. So that's 8 divided by 2, so k would be 4. Now when m is the second possible value, which is 7, then k is equal to 7 plus 3 divided by 2. So that's 10 divided by 2. So that means that k would be equal to 5. And then lastly, when we use that last possible m value of 9, then the k value would be 9 plus 3 divided by 2, which gives me 6. So here are my possible values for k, which are answer choice B. All right, moving on to number 64. We have an expression to simplify. So the first thing I'm going to do is go ahead and free up this 3n plus 6 from the parentheses, because before the parentheses, there's nothing but a plus sign. So I can look at it as I'm distributing a positive 1, but that doesn't change the expression at all. However, this second expression that's in parentheses, there's a minus sign before it. So that's the same thing as distributing a negative 1. So this is going to turn into minus 4n minus 8. All right, because if I did negative 1 times 4n, I'd get negative 4n. And if I did negative 1 times 8, I would get negative 8. Now that I have kind of released everything of the parentheses, now I can start looking for like terms to combine. So I can always combine my constants. So I have 7, 6, and negative 8. Always remember to look at the sign before the value. So I have 7 plus 6 is 13. 13 minus 8 is 5. And then I have these two like terms, 3n minus 4n, which is minus 1n, or just 5 minus n. And I can see that that looks, just like answer choice E. All right, number 65. In a certain school, course grades range from 0 to 100. Adriana took 4 courses and her mean course grade was 90. Stop there if you don't know what mean is, and please make sure you make a flashcard for yourself. Throw it in your study pile. Mean is one way to find a measure of central tendency, where you add up all of the values you're given and then you divide by the number of values that there were, right? So a traditional way of finding average. And the mean course grade was 90. So that means that when we added up her 4 course grades and we divided them by 4, we got 90. So working backwards, if we divided by 4 and got 90, then if I multiply 90 times 4, I'll get what the sum was before we divided, right? So we added up her grades, we got 360. When we divided that 360 by the 4 courses, we got the 90 average. Now it says Roberto took 5 courses. If both students have the same sum, so Roberto also has a sum of 360, what was his mean? Well, again, mean means that we're going to add them up, which we already have done, it's 360, and divide by the number of values. So in Roberto's case, we're dividing by his 5 grades. So we're doing 5 into 360, do our little division here, and that gives us 72 as Roberto's mean. All right, number 66. Jenny starts a game with twice as many marbles as Kiko. Jenny gives Kiko 5 marbles, but she still has 10 more than Kiko. How many marbles did Jenny have to start with? So I'm going to start assigning variables and writing expressions to help me solve this. So I'm going to go ahead and call Jenny J. I'm going to call Kiko K. And we're going to start writing equations. So it says that Jenny starts a game with twice as many marbles as Kiko. So that's going to be represented by J equals 2K. All right. Then it says that Jenny gives Kiko 5 marbles. So if Jenny gives her 5 marbles, what that means is that Jenny now has 5 less. So J minus 5. But Kiko now has 5 more than whatever she had, right? And it says that Jenny still has 10 more than Kiko. So this is how much Jenny has right now, the J minus 5. And the problem is telling us that that amount is still plus 10 from what Kiko has, which is the K plus 5. How many marbles did Jenny have to start with? So essentially, we're just solving for the variable J. Now, I have two variables in that second equation of mine. So I know that I need to use substitution so that I can get the equation to have one variable so that I can solve it. So in this first equation, I'm told that J is equal to 2K. So wherever I see a J, I can replace it with 2K because they're equal. They have the same value. So in that second equation, instead of writing J, I'm going to replace it with 2K. So J minus 5 is the same thing as 2K minus 5 because J and 2K are the same. All right. Bring down the other side of my equation, except I'm going to combine those two like terms of 5 and 10. And now I'm just solving this equation. So I'm going to get this variable on one side by subtracting K from both sides. So 2K minus K is just K. So now I have K minus 5 equals 15. I'm going to add 5 to both sides. And that's going to give me K equals 20. Now K, remember from up here, represented Kiko's marbles. And the problem is asking me how many marbles Jenny started with. So if Kiko started with 20 and Jenny started with double the amount that Kiko started with, then Jenny started with 40 marbles.